Hi guys, I'm going to rant. I'm going to rant. So, you're going to listen to, I don't know how many rants that I have to roll onto this. I tried to idiot Lisa. Yes, because I'm an idiot. I'm ignorant. I receive it from the Lord. I received it. Can you receive it? This is an ad. It starts with 2 white plates. Matthew 22:11. Or Matthew 11:22. There will be gnashing of teeth. My vagabond dream. The master's banquet. He's outside the city. I go outside the city. The vagabond sitting there eating off a beautiful white dinner plate. That's what I'm going to start this with. My ancient Egypt video got taken down. I was trying to tell you everything I knew about ancient Egypt. Tell you that Jonathan Klecks has linked it. We know about 17. I'm about to upload a rant because it got taken down because you can't. Oh, for some reason, you can't copy someone else's work. Right, fair enough. It wasn't someone else's work. It was God's work. It was God's work. So if YouTube, this message needs to go out. 2 dinner plates, the Lord showed me at the beginning of this ad. I'm very unlikely to be able to play it again. Well, who wants to play an ad twice? Well, I do, because God speaks through the ads as well. I've seen it a couple of times, but this time he showed me 2 dinner plates. I'll show you the screenshot. And the dog wants out. It's raining. Gonna have to be quick, fire. So the first thing I saw was the 2 dinner plates, because the Lord's woken me up with a message I must give you. I must give you it. 2 dinner plates. They're white. Now the vagabond was eating a bit of everything. They know. Do you know what it says? Kale or spinach? Which one is better? Bitter is better. Woe to those who give bitter for sweet. You know the scripture. Then the Lord tells me, you must try and put this ad up. So I play it again. I've missed the headline, which is bitter. Which is best? Which is better? Bitter. The bitter, the better. Same thing. That's not better. It's not better. My husband was given a lolly. He expected it to be sweet, but he heard the female rival in his dream, which happened to be his wife, whisper to his sister, who happens to be his family member, obviously. He won't like it. It's bitter. Well, he heard it and he threw it out of his mouth, and then he ran after me. I ran off. He's already been shown that I was going to run off in the maze that we were in when we got saved. When you get saved into a maze, for goodness sake. That's when the attacks begin. Everyone knows that. Are you going to get out the other end like Cliff Richard's video? The only way out is the only way in. And it's you. And it's Jesus. That's who Jesus is. You. Because whenever I speak to first person. I say you, Lord. It's you, Lord. It's always been you. That's the only way out. We know that. The next clip after the plate and the picture of the kale as compared to the spinach is that the kale looks like a bouquet, and there's a wedding dress, a woman holding a kale bouquet in a wedding dress. She's holding a bitter bouquet. Do you see that? What are the chances of me being able to play this again? Okay, it's going to play. Please watch it. I'm going to put it up on its own. It deserves its own emphasis. Remember, the vagabond was eating a bit of everything off a beautiful white dinner plate. You have a choice, guys. Spinach, that's what they're giving you here. And that's what the Lord's showing me. Or kale.
Dr. Gundry, which one is better? Kale or spinach?
More bitter, more better. The right vegetables and fruit can help you lose weight, give you more energy, and really help digestive problems. So I'll tell you what, let's go shopping. Okay, I want to show you some of my favorite vegetables that you should be having all the time. This is rapini. Looks like a beautiful bouquet that you should be carrying to a wedding. And it is really, really bitter. But if you cook it with onions and garlic and a lot of olive oil, it becomes one of the most succulent dishes that you can have. More bitter, more better. Artichokes, get them. The buddies in your gut think this is the best. The artichoke heart and all the leaves that you get the little pulp out of. Throw them in a pot with a little water, cook them for a half an hour, and peel the leaves, dip them in olive oil, and you got a treat for your gut. The onion family. Don't be afraid of onions. Don't be afraid to experiment with the different colors of onions. The darker red, the more polyphenol. So try some red onion.
So, it was the beginning of that. You heard it. The Lord's emphasizing it. There is no going back. So I'll give you a clue what I'm going to talk about. Egypt. The Sphinx. The worship of Egypt. It all goes back to Egypt. The vision I had, Obama is the head of the Sphinx. That's what got taken down. But I'm going to have to bring it again. My husband heard devastation on the earth. And then I heard the time is now. Let's just roll that together, shall we? Just in case you haven't got the message. Devastation on the earth. The time is now. Devastation on the earth. The time is now. Oh, we don't care because you said that in 2018. So it can't have been God. God kind of said it to you. April 2018. Well, if that's true, why am I throwing everything to the wind and saying this to my friend Case? This is what Israel is doing. You will be revoked if you don't keep taking the boosters. There is no coming back. Do you understand that? But it's the tracing system. That's what this green card is. It's not the shots. As in, I'm not saying it's not all the shots. I'm just saying that the Lord has shown me it's the tracing system. There is no coming back. The bathroom dream. Right. We know that my friend Cass took Leon, which she called Leon, which means lion in French. She took Gloria's first pup. She is a young girl who now has confessed she wants to be a policewoman. I have said that she will lose herself and she will have to take the V. So I'm still sending her things and she's still speaking to me. This morning, I get a message back from what I sent last night. Are you really going to get on this merry-go-round? You know what that is? Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, a pocket full of posy. Tish, tish, all fall down. 2019, the Lord woke me up with the word black plague. At the end of, not even the end, before anything. I thought it was a wee bit over the top compared to what we're getting. What do you think? Maybe not so over the top, eh? Do you think that might have been God? And when I went on a gold trail to get confirmation, it all led back to Egypt. Because it all leads back to Egypt. So she says, oh, I'm not keen to get for the vaccine at all. That's what she says. And then the Lord gives me a song. Don't think twice. It's all right. You know the song? I'm telling you, it's not. Being in the police force is not. You will not get away without it. Do you understand? No coming back. I value your friendship. I tell you, there will be no coming back. Some will shake their fists and curse God for what's going to happen. But you know, I follow Him. Some will shake their fists and curse God for what's going to happen. But you know, I follow Him. I don't curse God, I follow Him. And He is warning you through me. So I've already found that song on my other camera, which I'm using. Bob Dylan has already been quickened to me with a song. Now, the Bob Dylan song that I was quickened was the one that goes, any day now, I will be released. Right, now that one was when I was waiting for Glory's puppy's eyes. She had 3 at Christmas to open their eyes. I was waiting and watching. And that song came to my mind. And then when I looked at the lyrics, he says that it will come from the west to the east. And that's because that's how the Messiah that they are waiting for comes. Bam, bam. It's in the Quran. That's the one they're looking for. From the west to the east. I came from the east to the west. It's a sign. We know all about the Statue of Liberty. We know all about Bam Bam's sunrise. We know all about Biden's one that's already risen. Because I'm telling you, it's already here. He's in power. He's the Sphinx's head. His feet are Jim Carrey's. Google Jim Carrey's feet. I did it after I had the vision of the Sphinx with Obama's head, and the feet were Jim Carrey's. That's the song. Should we look at the lyrics? I've never looked at them. I've hardly been to any concerts. The only big concerts I've really been to was Bob Dylan and Tom Petty. It ain't no use to sit and wonder, babe. If you don't know by now, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. It'll never do, somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, right, now I know why. Every time I go over the bridge past the Trust Power, which is where I parked my caravan initially, on the opposite side of the road is a shed that has everything to do with the Trust Power, the reservoir, the pipe, the water flow. They generate power there. So on the other side there's a wee creek, and I've been over there regularly to get there's, I forget the plant, there's a plant that you can grow that's like spinach. It tastes like spinach, it's high in iron, and it grows beside that river. Well, whenever I drive past and I've wanted to take a photo, and I would have been able to show you it now, there's a rooster standing there. There's a rooster standing there at the gravel road on the way down. The rooster's been there for about 2 weeks. So why is there a rooster there? And then yesterday morning when I drove, I went over the bridge, and on the other side of the bridge was a black and white cat, like a black and white cat. It didn't look feral, and I thought, should I be trying to find the owner of this cat? And it went across the road and into the bush. Why a black and white cat? Well, we'll find out, won't we? But anyway, when the rooster crows at the break of day, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm travelling on, but don't think twice, it's all right. It ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. The light I never knowed. No, definitely. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. But I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. But don't think twice, it's all right. They're just mocking. So it ain't no use in calling out my name, babe. Gal. I don't know when they changed it to gal. I don't think it was ever gal. Like you never done before. It ain't no use in calling out my name, gal. I can't hear you anymore. Well, that's what they're like. They're in a trance. I'm a thinking and a wondering walking down the road. I once loved a woman, a child, and I am told. I gave her my heart and she wanted my soul. But don't think twice, it's all right. So long, honey babe. Where I'm bound, I can't tell. I can tell 'em. Goodbye is good a word, babe. So I just say farewell. I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but I don't mind. We all can. You just kind of wasted my precious time. Don't think twice. It's all right. Can you flip that? Can you see? Let's just say he's talking to us sheep. He's mocking our attempts at reaching the world. For Christ. Oh yeah, we celebrate a few things, don't we? What have we done wrong, Lord? What have we done wrong? I think it's absolutely the way he wants it. I think everyone is where he wants them right now. There's no accidents or mistakes in anyone's life. He heard devastation on the earth, my husband. And I heard the time is now. And I'm on the west and he's on the east. And it's all going to happen. It's going to pop off. So my warning to you from God starts with the ad. They mock us. Bitter for sweet. Do you hear that? It's bitter for sweet. They are lying to you. My husband heard her whisper it. I was already gone, and he joins me. Choose God. Do what he says, even if it means leaving your husband. I didn't remember he had that dream until afterwards. I'd written it down. Of course, I was looking for confirmation. But I didn't get it before I left. I got it because I did it because I heard God. And everything has been confirmed afterwards. You will never move a step in the direction to finish the race unless you do it for obedience. You have to obey the Lord. That's what I did. And then I had the breakthrough in the glory hut once I left. And I heard. And I've never once doubted. Even though if you were to write down my testimony, I'd be called a witch. Now this is what I want to say to Christopher Palmer, the nice guy who cracked. They're all going to crack Chris. He's not just a carpenter. They're all going to crack. All the nice guys are going to crack. I heard your spirit call me a witch. Told you I heard Chris. And he said witch. It was his voice, but it was through the veil in the spirit. Now, I've been talking to Chris's father-in-law. This is so strange. This is in the newspaper and always difficult to find. Chris's father-in-law said, oh, don't... Chris has a lot of things on his mind. Now, the Lord's shown me clearly about blessings and cursings. And if you curse one of God's children, and that's what the gold miners have done to me, I don't curse back. That's what witches do. Vengeance is the Lord's, and God is bringing vengeance and justice. Isn't that weird? In the newspaper, Graham said to me, the father-in-law, please don't give Chris a hard time because he's got a lot of worries about his family, his dad. What's happened since the 17th of July, when they said you've got to get out or we're going to chuck your stuff out of the container, get your stuff out. That's what they said after 2 years of being up here when they invited me. But it was no surprise. Really, it shouldn't have been. It was a bit of a surprise. But the Lord said you're sleeping with the enemy. He gives you a heads up. Who are you in bed with, for goodness sake? It's probably the enemy. Have you even asked? See, I can't find it in the newspaper. When he said to me, didn't you see the newspaper last night? That's what's going on for poor old Chris. Strangest thing. But don't worry, I took a photo of it. I'll put it in the photo. Now, I took a photo of it. It's not in the newspaper. I can't find it. I read it last night. I took it home from Brian's house. I'm at Brian's house and I'm saying, oh, Graham said that Chris has got enough problems of his own at the moment to do with his father's family business. And that was in the newspaper. And he said, yeah, I read that. And then he couldn't find his newspaper. He said he burnt it. And then when I was clearing the table for dinner, see, even he was trying to hide it from me. He didn't know it. I know you probably think, oh, it's not intentional. When I was clearing the table for dinner, for the 2 white dinner plates, here we go, full circle, because he puts newspaper on his table. He's got a tablecloth, but he uses newspaper. It's old school.